Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Apparently, it means that, whoa, my webcam is out of control. So let's take a look here. Do, 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 do. Okay, much better. Excuse me. So yeah, I figured we would just kind of talk about, whatever you guys want to talk about. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and send this stuff out here. So I'm going to go to Facebook. Oh, cancel. Here. Copy. All right. And we're live. All right, there we go. There goes Facebook. And how about Twitter? All right, sorry guys. I tried to do this from within the app here, but it said, "Are you sure you want to leave the site or whatever?" And I was like, "No, not really." But hey, Diana, how's it going? You doing good? I think I was checking out your Instagram earlier today. So, and let's see here. Cancel. We're going to do one more. Let's see here. Boop, 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 doo. All right. And just putting it out on Google Plus there. There we go. Doing good. I'm doing good, Diana. I had to, well, you know how we were getting a new dryer today, and you know how they always say, like, okay, we'll be there between 10 a.m. and midnight or something like that, whatever. So they called me and they said, okay, we'll be there in 30 minutes. So I went over to the new house, got everything ready so they can install the new dryer. And then I think they said they were going to be there at like 10:30 or so. So I'm like, they called me, one of the drivers. So 11:30 is when they actually showed up. So I was kind of like, crap, I've got other stuff to do. I was trying to answer emails from my phone and all that other stuff because it drives me nuts being away from my studio when I'm supposed to get stuff done, Yeah, I hate it too. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Let's see. Okay. So, by the way, how does my audio sound? Am I sounding good? Maybe. Hello. Sorry, I gotta. Man, have you guys been fighting all these oak allergies and stuff? I mean, you go outside and there's like this lovely yellowish green powder all over everything. Like every day when I get in my car, I have to do the windshield wipers and all that. And my car is already saying, "Hey, dude, you're out of fluid," because I have to use it every time I get in the car. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Sweet. Everything sounds good. All right. So let me go back into the group here. Hang on just a second. All right. So I went back and reviewed the video from the live stream from last week, and it looks like it kind of clipped here and there, like it would freeze for about a few seconds, and then it would jump ahead back to, I guess, where it was supposed to be. So I do apologize. However, you guys know how it is. I would much rather sacrifice a little bit of clipping or put up with a little bit of clipping so I can actually have a much higher quality video, because, oh my God, watching those Facebook Live videos, God, it hurt my eyes. I mean, I think the highest resolution was like 480p or something. I'm just like, seriously? So, but also, I went ahead and shared this live stream in the group, Steve. So, but it would be a huge favor to me if you could, also share it into the group as well. Facebook. So that way, I don't know, maybe people will know that that we're doing this, so it doesn't just look like, hey, everybody, you know, like I'm the one that's doing it. So yeah, Diane, it's like it's ridiculous. In fact, yesterday my wife was driving back home from work, and it was kind of windy. I guess it was before it started to rain or sprinkle a little bit. And she said she was seeing like clouds, like dust clouds of yellow, just kind of blowing around, almost like back when it was cedar season a few years back. It was just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not as allergic to oak as I am cedar, so I'm kind of grateful for that. But at the same time, I'm like, Jesus. So, Austin figured out what was going on with the water. Oh, did they? That is awesome. Because I saw on Twitter, I can't remember what news channel it was, just saying that, you know, some of the meter readers were fudging some of the numbers, and it ended up costing like thousands of people a ton of money. It's ridiculous. And it hit us really hard too. So we actually had to file for, I don't know if it's like a contesting, you know, something or an injunction or something like that. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. And the city of Austin's horrible. What group is this? Oh, hey, Diana. Yeah, it's it's actually a group specifically for the class that I'm teaching at Texas School. So this live stream, you know, basically the original intent was to just, you know, discuss, answer questions, stuff about the upcoming Texas School in a couple of weeks. But I mean, honestly, you know, as long as, you know, I know most of you people, then, you know, I figured, you know, what the hell, you know, either way, it's all good. Yeah, you know, Steve, I mean, I already did it, but, I'm going to refresh and just see. It says only one person saw it, but, now it says two. Oh yeah, I forgot about, boop, boop, doo. Let's see. I wonder if I can actually message everybody in the group at once. New group. Do. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, sweet. So thank you for checking on that. Yeah, and I think going back to the city of Austin water thing real quick, I think they had changed to a new subcontractor for the meter readers because the guy that came out this last time, totally different sign on his car than the previous people that we had. So maybe city of Austin fired the old guys and hired a new company or something like that just to take the heat off of them. I don't know, but it's yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So so anyways, anybody got a wedding this weekend or any photography gigs coming up? I've got a wedding this weekend, and it's actually kind of weird and cool at the same time. It's at a place I've never shot before. So that's always exciting, which reminds me, I need to go and scope out the venue before I actually just show up to take pictures. Also, it's actually, the bride is actually somebody I did senior portraits for about 5-6 years ago. And that always freaks me out. I mean, just about as much as when I do a wedding and then 4 or 5 years later, I get a call from that bride saying, hey, we need maternity photos and stuff like that. Freaks me out too. I think what's really going to kill me is when I do like baby portraits and then I get a call saying that they're graduating from high school, because I think that's when I'm done. I think that's when Sophia and I are just going to hit the road with a trailer and just go around and take landscape photography stuff, travel photography while she writes, you know, from her MacBook Pro or whatever. Yeah, I don't think I can handle that. Hey, Studio 7, how's it going? Welcome. You got a family shoot on Saturday, Diana? Okay. That's actually, you know, what's funny is actually, for the first time in forever, we're getting our family portrait updated because, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're actually going to be finally moving into our new house and leaving our old one. So we wanted to get some family portraits done before we leave. And Tim Abiyak is going to come and do our family portraits. So as long as I don't look too tired from shooting that wedding the day before, which honestly, he'll be assisting me on that. We're second shooting with me on that one too. So we'll kind of just make sure, you know, both of us look like we're wide awake, something like that. So let's see. Yeah, it does make me feel old. Studio 7 says I have a family session and more major sports session. Major sports. So is that like a pro football thing or like a local like kids league soccer thing? I've never done like live action sports before. I've done like team photos a long time ago, but I've never actually photographed like people on the field as they're playing. To me, it's like a totally different beast. Oh, Brianna, damn it. How's it going, Bri? Totally like snuck in here and using your alias. Sorry. Diana, really need to do that. My last family photo was in 2014. Yeah, I know, but I think I've got you beat because the last one that we did, it was, I think Maddie was 4 or 5 and she's a freshman in high school now. So Max wasn't even born yet. I mean, of course, we've got pictures of him all over the house, but not like a big actual, you know, like family portrait type thing. So, like here we go. Hang on 1 second. Copy. Okay, Ashley was like, how can I there we go. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, Ashley was asking, she was in the Facebook group saying, how do you see the chat? And I'd posted the link on there, but I guess it just allows you to watch the video from Facebook instead of like coming to the actual like YouTube page, because she was asking about how she can type in and all that stuff. So so yeah, if in fact, I'm going to edit this post real quick. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Yeah, I never really thought about that. I know it's still kind of rough around the edges doing the YouTube and the Facebook thing, but again, like I said, the Facebook Live thing just drives me nuts. It kills my eyes, and I'm not a huge fan of Facebook right now. So, anyways, let's see. Jay says youth baseball and softball every day this week. Senior, good God, you sound busy. That's pretty awesome though. But I mean, it's spring, you know, that's just how it goes. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you start prepping your gear if you haven't done it the night before, and then you go and you shoot and then you edit and, you know, try to grab a snack in between, maybe go pick up the kids from school, bring them home, make sure they don't set the house on fire, then get back on the computer and then prep your gear for the next day. And then you get in bed, maybe watch a little bit of YouTube or something, you know, watch the news, and then you pass out at like 10 o'clock. And then you wake up and you do it all over again. And then in the morning, you look in the mirror and you think to yourself, who the hell is that? Maybe that's just me every morning. I don't know. Diana's got youth soccer photos. I think I've seen some of your work Cause I knew you do stuff like that. Is there a certain league, like my son does baseball up in town and country. Is there like you just kind of go through like your team and just all the parents and stuff are like, hey, Diana, will you take pictures? Or is it like you actually advertise your business as like sports team photos? I don't know. Because the Photo Texas pretty much has like the monopoly, at least here in Austin. And honestly, in my opinion, I'm fine with that. Because they're kind of like a turn and burn thing. Bree says it's for a huge soccer league and a massive Taekwondo studio. Good God. Taekwondo. That sounds pretty cool though. There's a Shaolin Kung Fu place right up around the corner from me. And it's insane. Some of the stuff they can do. In fact, what I want to do is next time I want to go and take some pictures, but really shoot some video, but do it in high speed and all that kind of stuff. And then make like a really bitchin' video, but that's just me. If I can find time, maybe I'll get around to doing it. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Geez. All of a sudden I just had flashbacks to, the old days with photog.tv. Oh my God. It's funny. I was actually going through my subscriptions earlier because we don't have cable. We just watch everything on our Apple TV. And every morning I, watch the news via YouTube. And I'm actually subscribed to our old Photog TV channel, which I don't know why, but I guess it just makes me feel good. Like, I wasn't, just talking to nobody or, that you and I were actually doing something, but it was crazy. The people that we were able to have, during the show, stuff. That's nuts. I wish there was a way that I could actually not only just record myself, because I'm using just the Chrome browser in YouTube. You just click, I think it's create, and then it says go live, and you click on that and it just works through your webcam. But I remember like Hangouts Live, you could have like multiple people in a Hangout and it would record everybody and then it would stream it to YouTube. I don't know if they're ever going to, I think they kind of got rid of it or they're phasing it out. But anyways, Ashley, I have to be on the computer. Can't see the chat on my phone. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, so Ashley, you're on the computer, but you can't see the chat on your phone. I think if you want to see the chat and you have your phone, but you're on the computer, actually, you know what? I think if you're on your phone and you come to the video through your YouTube app and you turn it vertical, then I think you'll actually see all the chat like scrolling below the video. So at least I think that's what I saw in a demo somewhere. Maybe I could be totally wrong. Bree, you just described a normal day for me. Oh my God. And there's that one little bit of a respite just between, I guess, I don't know, when, summer starts until about, I don't know, the end of June or so. And then all of a sudden you get a bump in July and then August rolls around and you're just like, holy hell. And then before you know it, the whole year's gone by. Maybe you get a 2-week break for the holidays, maybe. And then, oh, by the way, don't you guys love it when you have clients call and they're like, yeah, we'd love to do family pictures or senior portraits or, whatever. But we can only do it during Thanksgiving. And you're just like, I've got family too, what do you think? I just sit in my studio by myself while, everybody else goes out and has turkey and stuff. Like, forget it. Yeah, I know, Eric, I know we talked like maybe like a couple of years ago about trying to revamp it, but, I feel like I don't know as much about all the technology stuff as we knew back then because, Jesus, remember that time with, who was it? Pete Hollingsworth, I think, where we tried to do that live iPhoneography demo at that little boutique in East Austin. Like we were streaming from our laptops doing, I think it was streaming from my phone and then also screen recording his phone and all of this going on all at once into a a live hangout on Google. And I think at one point his phone like just shut off because it got overheated. I mean, I can't believe we actually tried to do that. That's ridiculous. We learned a lot that day. And then I think at one point it was taking so long, the owner of the boutique was like, okay, you guys need to leave. This is over. Oh, Diana says she remembers Photog TV. Thank you. I mean, I look back at it and I mean, of course, like the video quality was terrible if you go back and look at the old recordings and stuff, because I mean, it was streaming and, internet speeds weren't as good as they are now. And I don't know what, resolution they were recording at, but I mean, we had some pretty big people on there. I mean, at one point, I think we had one of the ladies from, was it Rangefinder or WPPI? And then we had, I can see his face. It was another guy that gave a live demo of like doing a bunch of retouching and editing and stuff on a model shoot that he did. And of course we had Jack Hollingsworth on there too on a different video. But yeah, geez, 15 years of being in this business. It's amazing what kind of craziness that we'll do just so we can have some social time instead of just being in the studio all by ourselves. Okay, Ashley says, just Mint can only see the chat on the computer, but not the phone. Oh, okay. I'll have to research that. It's hard for me to test it because, I mean, I guess I could go grab my phone right now and just kind of rotate it and see, but it's hard for me to test it and try to broadcast at the same time. Otherwise, I would try and see if I can make it work because, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm still kind of figuring it out. This is only the second time I've done it this way. Diana says it works on her phone. It's below the video. So Diana, you're talking about the chat while watching on your phone, I'm assuming. Is that what you're doing right now? You're actually chatting through your phone while you're watching it on your phone. Let's see, Sierra. Hi, Sierra. How's it going? Welcome. How you doing? Ashley. Anyway, Zoom can do that video hangout with a ton of people. I don't know about it streaming though. Zoom. I have a Zoom H1 like digital audio recorder. Is that what you're talking about? Or is that like, oh wait, were you the one that sent me a link to, there was another like streaming service that streams to YouTube or something like that? I can't remember. Let's see, Steve. Sorry, not available. Are you talking about Thanksgiving? When people call you and they're like, yeah, my kids are coming home from college and, but they're only going to be here, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, or even worse, it's the Friday after Thanksgiving. They're like, yeah. And then they leave, Saturday morning. We'd like to do a family portrait session or, whatever it is. And you're just like, really? I'm going to be in a turkey coma. Okay. So Eric, Jack Hollingsworth. Yes. What a crazy disaster. I know, man. At one point, I think, because we were trying to piggyback off the store's Wi-Fi. And then at one point I turned to you because you had an iPad with 4G LTE on it. And I was like, well, can we just use the signal off of your iPad? And you're like, dude, they charge me by the gig. There is no way we're using my mobile plan. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. So again, I apologize for that. My brain was all over the damn place that day, trying to make sure that, we didn't crater all of East Austin by trying to run all that gear at once. Jack is a little crazy. I don't know if you remember, by the way, Jack, if you're watching this later, dude, you are one ambitious photographer, I got to say. He kind of pioneered the popularity of, iPhoneography, like taking it from just something that you do, just for fun, and then trying to, really kind of bringing forward the idea that it can be an art form. But I think at one point he tried to like create this whole like week-long conference, like photographer conference here in Austin, and got a lot of big name photographers that were going to come. But I think just something with the promotion, we just weren't really able to get the word out. Plus, in all honesty, I think the price point was a little too high at that time. So for people to be, willing to just jump on board. But anyways, I mean, he had pretty much everything ready to go. Um, let's see. Diana says, okay, yes, it says top chat. Click on that. Okay, so on your phone while watching the video, do you have to turn your phone vertical to do it? Or can you keep it sideways? I don't know. You guys are like my guinea pigs. Okay, Ashley. Zoom is a video chat like Hangouts that you were just talking about. Okay. Here, I'm actually, good God. I don't even know. Well, I guess we're talking about photography stuff. So let's see. Zoom video conferencing. Is it like a free service or do you have to pay for it? Web conferencing, meetings, video, webinar. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's kind of like GoToMeeting. I think excuse me, looking at it right now. I see. Okay, it looks like basic personal meeting host up to 100 people, 40 minutes limit, 40-minute limits on group meetings, unlimited number of meetings. I'll have to take a look at it. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of scanning the Facebooks here, making sure nobody's like, hey, where's the video? Steve says, yep, Diana, or on Christmas. Yeah. Especially like when you've been working your butt off, for, 11 months out of the year. And then, it's the first time you really get to spend time off with your kids. Cause I mean, Thanksgiving, is time off with them, but, it's such a short period of time. Plus, you got like 2 days out of that week that you're spending getting everything ready for, for the big feast. Whereas Christmas is like, you can actually go visit family and stuff like that. So, or, just disappear for, a couple weeks. But I mean, I understand, a lot of people, that's when their families are in town, excuse me, when their families are in town. And so that's, really the only time they can do family pictures. So, I mean, but I do feel like there's always going to, if you're not available, they're going to find somebody who's available. In fact, who knows, it might be a good idea to start posting that stuff in like, a Facebook group, be like, hey, I'm going to be out of town, but if anybody is going to be in town to take pictures during the holidays, let me know so I can forward you guys, or, refer people that call me, since I'm going to be in, Watauga or something. Let's see. Steve says, what phone are you using, Ashley? Diana, are you on a iPhone or Android? Ashley says we had a big group. Okay, Diana's on Android. Watauga. Yeah, I don't know where I remember that from. I don't know if that was from a movie or if that's an actual place. You know what? Actually, it's in Texas. That's right. I forgot. I knew I heard of that somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I think it's kind of, yeah, it's in between Dallas and Fort Worth. It's like north of Arlington or something like that. Actually, it's more north of Fort Worth. So just kind of just a little bit above North Richland Hills. Actually, it's not going to be that far from where we're going to be, in a couple weeks. So I think it's because I had a friend in college when I was in the opera program at SMU who was from Watauga. So sorry. I always thought it was a weird name. Anyways, yeah, DFW. Finally got Chat to work on phone, had to switch to desktop mode. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Top Chat is on the iPhone as well in the YouTube app. Okay. Gotcha. We'll figure it out. That's okay. So, yeah, shameless plug. If you guys are actually enjoying the discussion, make sure to hit the like button just for the fun. So I actually know you guys are actually getting something out of this discussion. It has to be held vertical. See, that's what I thought, Steve, because I was watching some demos or, like instructor tutorials, because they've got like this whole creators resource on YouTube for, people who make videos that, do it on a fairly regular basis and are considered to be like regular YouTube, creators and stuff. They give you resources on ways to, be able to interact more with your audience and just all this other stuff, as well as being able to, live stream from your phone and XYZ. So, but yeah, in fact, I think I remember seeing like a video clip where they're like, yeah, you can live stream from your phone and you can see the chat by, doing the vertical thing. So yeah. Okay, so let's see here. There was some stuff I was trying to think of to talk about today, some topics, while I was waiting for my new dryer to show up. Oh, the things you'll come up with while waiting for the delivery guys to, come by the house and drop off whatever large appliance it is that you just purchased. Yeah, we had to get a new dryer because the old one that we have right now in our current house is gas, which is awesome. But the house that we're moving into is just electric. So at first I was like, well, maybe you can just plug the gas one into just electricity. Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. So, but we've just always lived in an area that has natural gas. So we never actually had to think about stuff like that before. But yeah, and just random question. Have you guys, while I'm talking, have y'all seen like any glitching, like audio dropping out or, video getting super pixelated or freezing or whatever? Because like I said before, when I went back and watched last week's video, in more so in the beginning, it would kind of skip, like it would freeze and then it would skip forward, like it would catch up with itself. So, okay, Bree, yes. Video froze one time. Okay. I turned everything off. I turned off my Dropbox because that was killing it last week at the very beginning. Google Sync, all that stuff. Closed my email. I'm going to close my calendar just in case. Just making sure that there's nothing trying. I even turned my Wi-Fi off because my computer is also plugged directly into via Ethernet in hopes that it wouldn't try to use the Wi-Fi or whatever. But chances are a couple of my servers are also on the same network. So who knows? Maybe they're doing the weird things that they do where they make all that noise at night. So you keep losing audio. Are you on the computer or on the phone, Bree? No, I turned all my online backups off. Let's see. Okay, come on, time machine. No. I mean, it's not running, but actually, I don't know how to quit it. Oh, you know what? Hey, Adobe. Creative Cloud. No, quit. There we go. Time machine, enter time machine. Oh wait, no, don't do that. Oh crap. Oh no. No, leave. Okay. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry. I should have thought about that. Okay, automatically start messing up the exposure and the white balance, and that's never fun. So I have to actually keep that open, which is a pain in the butt. Eject the drive, reattach later. Yeah, you know what? I don't even know which one is my Time Machine one. If I just unplug everything, good Lord. Yeah, I'm afraid if I start unplugging stuff, it'll, who knows, I'll probably lose you guys again. So need to name it. Yeah, you're probably right. I have so many external drives. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've daisy chained probably 3 or 4 Thunderbolt drives. And then, you know, I've got at least 1 or 2 USB 3 external drives. But then I migrated over to some servers. And if I just finish expanding them with a few more hard drives, then I can migrate everything off of these external drives onto those servers and then not have to mess with that anymore, because I hate desktop clutter. Yeah, lots of drives. Tell me about it. I've got cardboard boxes in my storage closet full of hard drives from like 10 years ago that I just will not throw away, because you never know. Let's see. Okay. So enough BSing, I guess. Okay. What do you guys want to talk about more so, like photography specific wise? I know we've got Texas school coming up in a couple of weeks. I've been just, you know, getting emails here and there about, you know, just last minute stuff, you know, kind of prepping for all of that. So, I was going to ask Marvin, or let's see. I wonder if one of my Wranglers is in here. So, well, Bree, are you still here? Maybe she left. Oh, wait, no, she's still here. What was I going to say? Okay, so Bree, did you finally get my email from a day or two ago? I totally, I got sick for almost an entire week with that sinus infection. I think I talked about it last week for a little bit, because I had like half a day's worth where I was actually able to function. But yeah, I totally fell behind on responding back to your email. So I apologize for that. Anyways, so but okay, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. Have any of you guys heard? I know a lot of you guys are all different kind of brands, you know, different photography gear and stuff like that. Obviously, you guys know that I shoot Nikon, but what is Nikon supposedly is going to be releasing a kind of like a pro version of a full frame mirrorless camera. There's like NikonRumors.com and a few other sites. They think it's going to be, they think it's probably going to be released in the fall. I'm going to test something out here. Okay, cool. All right. For some reason, nobody was chatting, and I was just like, oh crap, did I lose them again? But yeah, it's, dude, oh, cool. You can pop out the chat and also see who the participants are. Sweet. Yeah, this whole thing is like a learning curve for me. But I don't know. If why don't you guys tell me like what, you don't have to tell me like what model of camera that you shoot with. Just, you know, put the brand up there, because I want to get some ideas, because, you know, for those of you guys that may be already shooting mirrorless, maybe it's a Sony or Fuji or something like that. You know, I want to hear your opinions also about, you know, what do you think about Nikon? And I think Canon also, there's rumors that Canon's going to be, you know, releasing full frame mirrorless, you know, in the near future. I mean, I'm just seeing a lot of, I don't know, just a lot of big technology changes going on in the gear world. And it's just interesting to me that, you know, some of the more I don't want to say third party or, small time players, but like a lot of, there's a lot of other brands like Sony and Fuji and, all these other companies, Panasonic, that have been doing mirrorless for a while now. And Canon and Nikon kind of had like the prosumer versions of mirrorless. But yeah, it's but for them to have like something that's completely pro version is I don't know, it's kind of new. I mean, obviously it's, let's see here. Okay, Diana's Nikon, Ashley is Canon, Jay's Nikon, Steve. Canon allegedly has a full frame mirrorless that their explorers of light are field testing. Yeah, it's I think it's one of those okay, D810, D7100. Okay. I think that's kind of along the lines with Nikon as well. I'm assuming they probably have a few like, pre-released copies, but obviously it's probably more for like in-house testing, maybe a little bit of field testing, something like that. I'm just glad that they didn't ask me to do any of that, because you guys probably realize I can't keep my mouth shut. But yeah, I mean, what's I don't know, why do you guys think they took so long? I guess is really, my question. Like you got the two biggest players in the, photography gear industry, and you have like all these other brands that, I mean, they're pretty much already there. I mean, I remember almost a year ago, I was doing, I don't know if any of you guys saw my old channel, Impact Photo, but I would do like news stuff and really small tutorials here and there. It was just kind of an experiment thing. But one of the news reels that I did was about how Canon was dropping, or maybe it was Nikon, or it was probably both of them. They're dropping all of their prosumer, like, classified or, cameras that fall into that category, because it's just like a waste of capital, because pretty much anybody's phone could take a better picture, except minus like maybe the optical zoom or something. But basically they just like, why are we spending money on, like a Canon, what are those little power shot, why are we spending money on making those when nobody's buying them, kind of stuff. And then my prediction was, okay, well, let's take that capital that they're not spending anymore, making those smaller prosumer and consumer digital cameras. And they'll always have like the very low end ones, I'm assuming. And then, take that money and put it in some R&D. Oh, hang on a sec. Sorry, that was my phone alarm. It's the Jawa thing from Star Wars, just kind of giving me a heads up. But yeah, so yeah, they were being like Kodak. It is weird, because I mean, remember Kodak was one of the first ones that came out with that gigantic digital SLR that I don't even remember how much it cost, but I think it was like 3 megapixels or something ridiculous like that. And then, but at the same time, Kodak, I think, went back to their roots. So they're like, you know what, we're not really about making cameras. We're about making the film and all that other stuff. But then they switched to the digital camera. It's been forever. Isn't the Nikon one rumored to have a new lens mount? Yes. From what I understand, it's called the Z mount, or at least that's what they're calling it right now, the code word. And it has to be a new lens mount, because the distance between the sensor and the back of the lens when focused to infinity, on a regular Nikon lens, it's the back of the lens sticks out too far. So if you were to focus it all the way to infinity while mounted on a mirrorless body, that back of the lens would actually smash right into that sensor. So they're having to develop a whole new lens mount system. So I don't know. I wonder if Sony had to do the same thing. I can't remember because, well, I don't know. I guess Sony's only really made digital cameras. I don't think they ever made a film camera. Yeah, saw where that got Kodak. That's right, Steve. Yeah, it's strange too, because they were like the first like film and camera manufacturer for the masses. I mean, it's ridiculous. The box brownie. I mean, shoot, I actually have one of those. My father-in-law gave one to me. Obviously it doesn't work, but you know, it was a big shoebox. Take pictures with it, use up all the film, send the whole box back to Kodak. They make prints, load it up with more film, and then send it back to you. You know, basically the, you know, turn of the century version of the disposable camera. So Fuji was way smarter. Yeah, I agree, Ashley. The smaller brands needed to be different to compete, and the bigger brands were losing money by people switching, so they had to jump on board. That's actually, you know what? That could be a big part of it, you know, and I think that there's also some truth behind the fact that you have a lot of like professional photographers that are already invested a lot in, you know, like Canon lenses or, you know, Nikon flashes and all this other stuff that, you know, maybe they knew they were going to be making this switch eventually, but they knew that all of us or a lot of us had already invested in all those peripherals and stuff for Canon or Nikon, that they knew we were going to be still using that gear for a while. But then again, I don't work there, so I don't really know. I'm just glad that, you know, I don't know, maybe it's kind of like, you know, the iPhone or Apple or whatever. They let Android and Samsung go do all this new stuff first. And then Apple, you know, once a year comes around and they're like, yes, we've perfected, you know, Apple Pay or, you know, whatever it is that Android's already been doing, or, you know, other mobile phones have already been doing. It's like watching the, you know, the puppy cross the street when you're the big dog to see if the puppy gets hit by a car. And if he doesn't, then, you know, it's time to, you know, cross the street. So I had a point and shoot Kodak DSLR at one time. Yup. P850. I don't think wait, was that a digital one? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was like one of those little miniature ones, I believe. Pentax K1000, Diana. Yeah, I actually got one from a friend of mine who found one at an estate sale. It was a screw mount. Is yours a screw mount? I don't know. I think they also call them a K mount as well. My first manual camera was a Minolta SRT 202, and my arms were buff because that thing. And I think my camera gear now is heavy. Holy smokes. I must have dropped that thing 12 times. And I mean, it had dings and dents all over it, but I mean, it still worked. So screw mount. Yeah, I think that was actually, wasn't that the first type of mount that they had before they actually like switched over to the actual, you know, turn and lock mount? Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of old cameras, you know, that I just acquired over the years. Like I've got a Polaroid SX70 and a few other ones that are just sitting in boxes, and I'm just waiting to finish moving into the new place so I can, you know, I think I'm going to get some shelves or something and put them up on display, because that's what I used to have before I had to pack them up. Yeah, same here. You know, it's like as soon as somebody finds out that you're a photographer and they come across these cameras, they're like, well, I can't do anything with it, or maybe it doesn't work. And they're like, hey, Diana, do you want it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Throw it in the box with a whole bunch of other ones that people are getting. No, I'm kidding. So, okay. I'm going to have to go. I've got a 1 o'clock phone conference with LumaQuest. We'll see how that goes. So for those of you guys that weren't able to join us during the live feed, the live video today, you can still leave comments on the video afterwards, and I'll get a notification, and, you know, I'll reply, or, you know, be able to answer your questions if possible. As always, you know, we all love talking about new gear and speculation and all that stuff. So, but yeah, so sorry, but I'm going to have to go. But in the meantime, make sure, you know, do me a favor again. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, just so I know. I think at one point, the most people we had in here was maybe about 7 or 8 or so, something like that. But oh, you can still buy the P850 on Amazon for 5.1 megapixels. Oh my God. Wow. But bye, Diana. So yeah, I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm still going to try and, you know, figure out how to, you know, even out this stuff. But I mean, you know, it's only 2 weeks away before Texas school. So, you know, we'll see. So, all right, Diana, Steve, have a good one. Ashley, if you're still here, see you later. Bree, thanks for joining us. Jay, and did I miss anybody? Eric, if you're even still watching, I don't know. And Sierra, all you guys. So anyways, all right. Thank you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.